But this is another deck I'm considering very seriously. The last time we played this deck, we top 8'd Modern Challenge with it. It's been pretty nice. Sire with 7 deaths in Eldrazi Tron. Basically we've had this kind of Eldrazi Tron build for a while, just one with a lower curve. I think the builds that play like Ulamog and like the new Emrakul are just simply misbuilt. I think you need to have a lower mana curve in this metagame. But this deck, Blasphone has been a hard carrier. Sire has been really, really strong. Deck felt great when we played in the challenge, and I would be remiss to not give this one at least one look. I'm actually, I think that I'm pretty seriously considering this one. Celestia on the other monitor, and it did not go very well for Celestia. So, like, I don't know, maybe I could do like one more round of testing on that, but I'm not feeling very optimistic. So this hand is keepable if we could draw a double land for the K command. I think I'm just supposed to go to 5 here. Yeah, this hand is a lot better. So I think what we do here is we put back Map and Mindstone, and then we just hope to Sire into a tower or a power plant. Eldrazi Temple Springleaf Gems. This is Brood Scale. Karn can go a long way in this matchup, of course. So we did not find one of those. We did find a Ugin's Lab. Now I'm regretting putting back the Mindstone, but what can you do? I think you got the correct remote pingers yourself. I think so too. So which is pretty unfortunate because, like, I know to some extent it feels like just the inverse of our previous testing. Like back when we first built that deck, it was trying to be our energy killer. It's just before they were playing the ring, and like it was like I think pretty good against energy before they were playing the ring, but now they are. It's just stream was so intense it gave me anxiety. I think that's good feedback, probably. Sorry I gave you anxiety, but at least it was fun and interesting. All right, I'm going to get the best card in the deck here with this Expedition map, I think. I think we're going to go ahead and just grab the best card, the Blast Zone. The Blast Zone has been so crazy. Yeah, I'm considering Belcher, of course. You know, I don't know if you've been watching the stream, but I've been calling Belcher the best deck in Modern for a while, and so I'm certainly considering what I have been calling the best deck. Oh, geez, crazy. But I don't think I'll be testing Belcher on stream too much, probably. Okay, they have Wastecape Battle Mage, which is interesting because now I don't have 4 mana anymore. They're out of cards. Bubba with the 4 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Okay, drew the land. Things are going pretty smooth this game. Yeah, Blast Zone has been insane. It's like I think pretty mandatory for this archetype. And like people just are not used to playing around it right now either. Like I had the map in play, you know, but they just don't know they need to be prepared. I think I would like to. Yeah, I think I'll just play map, play Seer this turn. The next turn we can go tap Ugin's Lab, get a tower, have access to 9 mana, post Karn. My opponent rumbles into a Fleshraker, a Wastecape Battle Mage, one of those two. They do choose the Battle Mage, so they're probably going to go after my ring here. Yeah, the Blast Zone helps the energy matchup a ton. Definitely a big draw to the card. Energy is still insane deck. Hard deck to fight. I don't know if I'm just getting another ring here. I think I am just getting another ring. Not the most interesting. But we are going to win this game. It's a bunch of main deck battle mages, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, we 4-1 with the Birthing Ritual deck. It was looking awesome. But the problem is we lost the energy, and I tested the energy matchup more yesterday, and I just don't think it's favorable. I think it's just pretty good for the energy deck. And if this is the case, which it seems like it's the case, it just is not going to be it's not going to be super super viable as an option. But we'll see. Okay, let's play one of these chalices on 1. One of these chalices on 2. Put a 6/6 into play. And then leave these both back so I can keep my Karn alive for a turn. Spike Sire with Arena. I mean, I don't think we'll be playing Sire with Arena today. We will be playing everybody else's pet deck today, unfortunately. Right, there's a Sire. So I think I'm just going to cast that and cast a Cityscape Leveler and maybe also a Karn this turn. I don't know. Get off my back. Guess maybe I'm not casting the I could guess Sire or Karn, but not both. Just doesn't really matter. Game is super over. Okay, they're probably gonna have like 1 or 2 Besages in their deck. I don't think we're gonna need the second swamp for that. That's what the second swamp is, and the board is for. These All Is Dust are quite bad against this Eldrazi variant. I think I will be bringing in the Needle. I like to bring in Needle against artifact-based decks that you care, since the card passive shuts down the artifact stuff. You don't need Needle as badly. I think kind of this, maybe the same argument for the flutes. Could be too many slots like this. Yeah, maybe I just want to play Emrakuls. Emrakuls are going to be pretty game winning, and I do need extra imprintables. I could also bring in the extra Chalice. Maybe I play 1 Emrakul, 9 imprintables. I just bring in the extra Chalice. Chalice on 1 does seem pretty good against them. What about some Giver of Runes in the Celestia energy deck? I don't think it would really help, nor would it. I think it would be suboptimal. I don't. There's not really stuff to cut. Giver in your like Ephemerate deck is pretty awkward. It's not. Giver of Runes isn't particularly good against Boros energy. So I don't know. Doesn't seem like the plan. Thank you, Salty Boy. Glad you liked the stream. Welcome to the channel. I'm doing my best. All right. Well, we're gonna keep this one. What are the leading decks so far? So I would say that I have not completely eliminated. Probably take the ring here. I've not completely eliminated Celestia. I have eliminated Jund. I have eliminated the green-red through the Breach deck. This deck is still in contention. I'm considering also Boros Energy, of course. I'm considering Belcher. I'm considering Storm. Storm went pretty good for me yesterday. I'm gonna need to probably play like 2 more leagues of Storm off stream. I don't know if I'm gonna share my list because I think it's pretty good. We'll see. I'll share all this stuff after the after this event is over. So you grab a power plant. Belcher is also very high on my list, of course. Okay, so they probably have their own Kozilek's command here. Could be main playing Trinispheres. Bolt. Every single time I play Eldrazi Tron, you ask me about the Trinispheres. I don't care. Every single time I play this deck, you're like, Spike, should we play Trinispheres over Chalice? Trinispheres over Chalice? And I always tell you, no, I don't think it's correct. We could save this dialogue tree if you just don't ask me going forward. Rob, 32 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Chalice is 2 mana. Trinisphere is 3 mana. That's and you know that's just about it for me. All right, they get to resolve a ring. I get to resolve a ring. Welcome to tournament gaming. All right, let's hold up Blast Zone here, since we can't Thought-Knot Seer them, and we don't want to get comboed. We may get our Blast Zone needled. Rob, 13 months, so go back. Yeah, do I think Eldrazi Tron could still be competitive ring is banned? I don't know, maybe. I know I don't really want to talk about the ring that much today. I will say that I think that Eldrazi as an archetype probably survives. I think there's a lot to like about this shell. Mystic Forge is a card that's very fun. You probably would not play 4 copies of that card, though. Right, they're making a construct. They're grabbing a Haywire Mite. I do have a backup ring here. They shouldn't act. They should activate it on their turn. They're throwing. Okay, so this is something not everybody knows. If I tap the ring while it has 1 counter on it, I get to draw an extra card. Okay, they have also just done nothing here, which is not what I would have expected them to do. If I was going to expect them to do, I would have kind of expected them to do something here instead of just doing nothing. All right, let's cast a Seer, although we're not drawing a lot of action. My opponent is now tapping the green. They're giving, in response to Thought-Knot Seer, they're giving their ring indestructible and hexproof. Okay, let's pop the Blast Zone while they're tapped out of green. Are they scared of Chalice? That could be the case. Kind of hard to say. Do I have any directions you take Coffers in this meta? Might come back to Modern, it's been my pet deck in the past. Okay, so Coffers is kind of a dark horse for me at the moment. We've played some builds of it over the last couple months. We've played a Belcher build of the deck that is playing all MDFCs and Necro. I thought that build was pretty solid. We might have trophied. We at least had like at least one good stream with it. This is kind of scary. We've also played some like green splash builds for cards like Pillage the Bog and cards like Culling Ritual. But so there was a chatter recently who was like, "Hey, Spike, Belcher is like Coffers is insane against Belcher, like just kind of normal Coffers. It's playing Field of Ruins and Karns and just normal normal Belcher seems to be very good against, or so normal Coffers seems to be very good against Belcher, which I thought was a pretty interesting point, and I wanted to kind of test that. And I have a pretty normal Coffers build almost finished. I was working on it like right before the stream started, and then I didn't finish it. Obviously got super flooded this game. So I don't know. I think I would need to test the energy matchup or whatever, but I think there's like a reasonable chance that like normal Coffers is kind of a sleeper in the metagame. Thought on Doc's Rumble deal. I mean, I have nothing good to say about Dr. Disrespect. Right, we have a glaring Fleshraker here. We do have protection, so they're not going to be able to just like double Fleshraker kill me this turn. We had the engagement ring talk yesterday, actually, funny enough. If this is Kozilek's command, it's kind of interesting that they're doing this main phase and not just on my turn. Because wouldn't I just be dead if they like made 5 spawns and then it's like 1 more, so 6? I guess it's sorry, not dead. So they wastegate my ring. So if we top deck a Karn, we could potentially win this game. Otherwise, we're going to be going to game 3, I think. Alright, game 3. I guess we also had another Emrakul, or an Emrakul to top deck. Legacy Depths, Handhider Real. I guess Handhider seems to be a blocked turn. We should probably unblock that. So I've been playing this deck all week. It's been good. Had 1-5 with it. Awesome. Yeah, I do think this deck's been pretty good. Kebab Pizza with the 38. Thank you. Welcome back. You're doing well today. I think I like this hand well enough. We get to play the map on turn 1. We maybe get to just chill on it till we draw another Tron piece. We get to play Kozilek's command on turn 2. But like Chalice on turn 2 is really nice. We have Sneaky Blast Zone. Is Chalice well positioned right now? I think it's fine. So like kind of like the thing about Chalice and Eldrazi Tron, and this is something we always talk about, is I think you just kind of have to play it. Like you really need like a cheap interactive piece of and like you know your options are kind of like Chalice of the Void or wait, are we just cooked? Yeah, I don't have a I can't K command the root the root scale, and they have the Saga to gab the thing. So if they have a land, they are gonna kill me here. No, actually, okay, so they're not gonna kill me because I can make a blocker, but they'll have infinite mana. Okay, they grab Haywire Might instead, so that's good news. But it's like, you kind of have to play the Chalice. Chalice is pretty good against Energy. It's pretty good against Storm. It's pretty good against Goryo's. It's pretty good against this matchup. It has text against Titan. It's bad against Eldrazi. And that's kind of it. So, I don't know. I think it's, like, fine. So, maybe do they just not have the land? Okay, I was dead. Do they think I could activate Blast Zone? Maybe. But I will certainly accept this new lease on life I have. I'm going to get in Ugin's Labyrinth here. Imprint a Devourer of Destiny. And I think I'd like to scry draw rather than make a spawn. If I see a temple or a lab, I could cast one of these guys next turn. But I really want to find a Karn, maybe a ring, maybe a Thought-Knot Seer. I'll take another Kozilek's command. Do I want to keep this Urza's Mine? Yeah, I think I could keep the Urza's Mine. Because then on my next big Kozilek's command, I might be able to like dig for a tower. Maybe they drew all their blades. I guess it's possible they had 4 blades in their hand. I think it was a bit more likely that they misread Blast Zone and they thought I had some, maybe I had something up here. They're just, you know, playing around it a bit too much. So I don't want to let them untap with the Fleshraker. I could make spawns to hold up the Blast Zone. I think I like that. I think it makes sense with them having the Urza Saga chapter coming down, because we also kind of get to effectively counter that. And we do have the Sea Gate Wreckage in my hand, so it's, you know, maybe we just only draw lands and we can never activate it, but it seems like we got a good chance to not flood out here. They couldn't play Blade without mining the Chalice. No, they could have just gotten Blade off of the Saga. Okay, so they're just gonna needle my Blast Zone, which is I think fine. If we make them do this. 3rd Saga. Ooh, let's go. So while Karn is in play, we don't really need to fear too much. Could be good to get Coating. I'm gonna cast the Wandering. Okay. it's just too good on these kind of boards. If you're testing seriously and you think one of your opponent punts or misplays, do you try to ignore the game when evaluating the deck's performance? Yeah, to some extent. I think this game it's kind of tough. This one's a bit more it's a bit closer, right? Where they are playing around like Dismember or potentially, and so I don't think they played around it in a very correct way. You know what I mean? So I think better play would have been them just going for it and probably killing me that turn. So with that mindset, I do think that this game may count as a win for our playtesting purposes. There's also something to be said about, like, you know, this is also a game where in order for them to have this win, they had to have like a very, very specific draw. And like our deck is kind of beating like the majority of their range in this situation. And I don't know, this is kind of hard to articulate, but like this kind of stuff also matters. Right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like the fact that our draw was beating most of their range, I think is like good news, despite the fact that it wasn't beating their actual hand. Yeah, I think I'm just going to grab a Leveler and then cast a Sire and pass to them. Yeah, last game we were land flooded, this game we were Karn flooded. So you just got to have to take a lot of this into evaluation. But I do think overall it seems like we probably lost or probably won this game because our opponent punted. Does that mean the matchup is good or bad overall? Just need a bit more data. But I think we've been beating up on this matchup for the most part. Just being a Karn deck is like so nice right now. I have a sick Bant Enchantress Brew in Standard. Want to see? I would take a look, sure. All right, they're probably gonna scoop to my second Karn here. Didn't know Lattice was banned in Modern. Yeah, it was actually kind of controversial to ban Lattice instead of Karn at the time. In fact, you know, it is like a really weird decision point too. Like, I never really like it when you ban the worst card. You know what I mean? Like, which is a better card? Karn the Great Creator or Mike and Sith Lattice? Which of these, like, can these cards, or the fourth saga, wow. Can these cards coexist in Modern together? No. So, like, the decision to ban, like, the less powerful card is always very odd to me. I think about playing an explosive so I can explosives on 0 in the board, but I guess Ratchet Bomb would be better. Yeah, I think I'm just going to plus. Remember, we cannot activate the Blast Zone. Karn has better gameplay than Lattice. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Although, like, Lattice would see 0 play if Karn was banned again. You know, it didn't see any play before. It would no longer see any play were it banned. So I'm not saying that it was wrong for them to ban Lattice instead of Karn. I'm just saying I just always think it's a little bit weird when you have two cards they can't coexist together and you ban the weaker of the two. That's all I'm saying. This costs 9. I think I have 7, right? No, I have 8. Still not quite enough. I can't get Tormod Crypt for the extra type. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Cityscape level. Hit the construct, get in. There's more upside to leave Karn than Lattice. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get the argument. It's just, you know, I've just been kind of musing about banless philosophies, and this is like a kind of a outlier example. Let's keep this one. Karn was also brand new. They never ban new cards. Rip Bridge from below. I mean, they don't never ban new cards, but it is kind of rare. So if I take the Ugin's Lab, I don't have a second. I guess I should take the Seer so I have something to do next turn. Trying to think if. I don't think there's really any draw where I won't want to do this. Losing the die roll against an Urza's Mine is always not good, and this when you have your own Urza's Mines. My thoughts of Moxobi and Simian Spirit Guide ban. Now they have Ugin's Lab and Image 3. Those two cards should definitely never come off the ban list. Ugh. Mayan Power Plant Tower, double Karn the Great Creator. I guess we take the K command. Pretty gross. On the draw. When Simian Spirit Guide was legal, there were 4 decks that were in the metagame, not like theoretical decks, that could either win the game on turn 1 and like would somewhat regularly do this, or cast an Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn on turn 1. There were 4 of these decks. It was Modern has been better since the Simian Spirit Guide has been banned. Rhinos and Living End with like all of these extra tools with Simian Spirit Guide and Glimpse would be really gross. Mox Opal is also, I think, too strong. Daniel, the 33 months ago, welcome back. Appreciate you. I've tried revisiting the Karn Might Coating deck and tried to accelerate it with Labyrinth. I have not, I guess, no. Seems a little slow, a little clunky these days. It was very fun. I kind of wish Tybalt's Trickery was playable. Maybe. But looting can come back right now. Looting is still very dangerous. Yeah, Rhinos with Simian Spirit Guide is just like... y'all don't want that, I think. Maybe some of y'all do. Because it's worse now that Violent Outburst is gone, but it would still be pretty good. Okay, so they Karn, they do decide to minus. Plussing could have been a good option here. Now we are gonna have our own Karn. Okay, they do get Coating, but this doesn't do anything right now. Because like they can Coating on my upkeep, but then I kill the Karn with the Seer. And then I play my own Karn. And my own Karn turns off their Coating so they don't get to Stone Rain me with their next Karn. Which is some good news. I think I should probably grab a Cityscape Leveler, because that seems to be the best card in these kind of situations. I just want to have access to it, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens next turn. Again, this was not a good game to lose the die roll. At the moment, it seems like we could be playing like the actual 75 card mirror. Maybe they would plus on the Coating here. Free Fury did nothing wrong, plus it completes energy. I'll say this too. It is never a good idea to be like, let's unban a card to keep the broken deck in check. Let's unban a card and then it'll handle everything. I think it never makes any sense. It's just kind of like unfettered copium. Like unbanning a pretty busted card to police a pretty busted deck is just not a good idea. It's like in that Transformers movie where Megatron is freed from prison and all of the humans are like, all right, what Decepticons do you want? What Decepticons do you want to be freed here? Okay, my opponent grabs Ensnaring Bridge. Now I have a weird line here. Does anybody see the line? I think I'm gonna make them draw a card. So now I'm the one with the Karn. You don't have a Karn, nerd. Now I get to start coding. I think I could get Ring in this spot. But coding just seems like what actually matters in these kind of spots. Make Bridge a creature, then destroy with Kozilek. I always forget to do that. I always forget to do that. Let's see. Okay, that was way better. They have the third Karn. Oh no, I can't do that. Can't do that because the coding is turned off by their Karn. Okay, they're main decking Trinisphere. No, that was not a legal line. Right. I like how we all collectively solved the better line. No, with my Karn plus. Oh, damn it. It does work. Damn it, I take it back. Okay. That's what testing is for, huh? Okay, they plus on the Trinisphere. So, I mean, I just level their car, not the bridge. Dude, we won this game? How did I win this game? I punted. I lost the die roll. They had triple Karn, natural Tron on the play. How did I win that one? Yeah, I have to give you guys $5 a month for the rest of my life. Dude, someone said that to me on Twitter the other day. I've never been so owned. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing in my Emrakuls, my extra ring, the Cityscape Leveler, and like Karn just mostly turns into a Liquimetal Coating machine, which I think is pretty fine. And then I think I like the Swamp more than kind of any other card. And then I think I even brought in the Sundering Titan just as 8 mana, 7/8 that imprints, which I think is just kind of better than any card here. Like, we could play one more card for these matchups, but, you know, they're also not going to have a ton. Not in the phase 60 months, they go back. Yeah, they did punt by getting the coding, I think. So we have double imprintable, double Labyrinth. Let's give it a go. We also have the Sea Gate Wreckage, which is kind of interesting. Like, getting your hand kind of empty here is nice. You had the 2-turn K command and they didn't. Thought on Seer W. Yeah. I mean, I kind of get why we won, but it was just a surprising game to win. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, Sire is pretty good in this matchup. It's pretty hard for them to deal with. Now, they do have the Tron here. Maybe we'll just draw a Karn right now. Okay, not quite that lucky. I think I imprint the Emrakul so I could draw a Temple and play a Sire. Maybe I should have mulliganed this hand. So many Tron players grab Coating right away. I feel it's so rarely correct. I feel like this is the matchup where you do usually want to get Coating, but I think against the Thought-Knot Seer they shouldn't have. So they have a command probably. They maybe should main phase command in these spots. Okay, I will probably scoop to command if they have it. Alright, game 3. I would have kept this hand. We didn't know we draw 2 lands. Yeah, but like I don't know. Like this hand has like no Karn, no Thought-Knot Seer, no Tron, no Kozilek's command. It's just our deck mulligans pretty well. It was we're on the draw though. I don't know. It was close. It was close. What percent of Tron mirrors are won by the player on the play? I don't know. Maybe like 60%, 65%. We were not the ones on the play this time though. Okay, let's think about this one. This hand would be really easy, snappy keep if I just had it imprintable and I could turn 1 Mind Stone. I don't have it imprintable. Devil Seer is pretty nice. I think I should mulligan. Opponent's thinking. They also mulled to 6. I'm going to go to 5. So let's put back... Okay, they're also on 5. I want to put back Eldrazi Temple, Sire. So this way, if I miss on my Tron, I just need to find any land to play Ring on turn 3. Then I'm mull to 4. Playing this deck all week, one thing I wish the deck had was Hearse or one more Graveyard Hate piece. Well, you have 4 main deck Kozilek's commands and Karn for Crypt. So I've been feeling like... And you also have Chalice against some of the stuff, too. So I've been feeling like we're pretty sufficiently covered. But, you know, this is, you know, feedback is feedback. Okay, well. Wrong Tron piece, so we take the lab. Unfortunately, we cannot turn 2 Ring. Having a great time, except when I pointed to the green-white deck yesterday. That's funny. Okay, so drawing this Karn is pretty nice. Opponent with Tron every game. I'm going to grab a Coating and hope they don't have their own Karn. Shout out to Mirror Matches. So if they have a Kozilek's command, they should 100,000% main phase it. But grab Coating and we learn nothing. It's 100% correct on the spot. Okay, and they have figured that out. Why are there only colorless decks in my league? How did they sort it this way? I mean, just randomness. We play play Magic on stream every single day, so some stuff is gonna some weird stuff is gonna happen. K command is just pulled in so many directions. I don't think this is a good argument, if I'm gonna be quite honest, that K command is pulled in so many directions you don't have eight Graveyard Hate cards in your main deck. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? Spike, do you still sort of dislike Tron from a gameplay perspective? I recall pre-MH3 struggled finding the archetype boring. Obviously, MH3 blew the archetype up. Yeah, I think the archetype got more interesting with a lot of the MH3 cards. I also, like, I'm just kind of... Okay, they keep 4 cards on top here. I'm also just kind of in tournament mode, so I don't really care so much about this stuff. Yeah, 4 cards on top is going to be tough to beat. They grab Cityscape Leveler. That is not the correct Tron piece. They just concede. No, we grab our own Leveler. Right, I boarded it then. Maybe that's important to not. Ooh. Something. I don't think we're winning though. Can I attack Karn down with Mind Stone? Yeah. The problem is we just lose to the Leveler really badly. My opponent has Forsaken Monument in their sideboard. Maybe we should have that one too. They get to kill my Karn. But if I draw my own Karn, I get to kill theirs. That's the only fucking card that matters in this matchup. Been consistently crushing FDN with Grixis Wizards. Awesome. Monument's kind of nice. Oh no. Okay, so they're just gonna Stonebraid my Karn, and no other card matters. Come on, let me go. Magic Online. Free me from this Eldrazi Tron mirror match. Okay, so we're on the play against the Gigantha. It's kind of, you could maybe play Temple turn 1 to try to turn 2 Seer, but I think we're so locked in on turn 2 Chalice that we're just going to do this. Good to test the energy matchup. This was pretty fun. Definitely tough for me to be thinking about standard at all right now with the whole Mox the stuff, but maybe after this week I can get back into it. I think a Smasher or 2 in the board for Karn. Not sure if that's crazy. It's like a little crazy. Like, you know, you play your own Karn, I think is probably the best strat. They have turn 2 Blood Moon. They have a turn 2 Amped Raptor. Hopefully hits a 1-drop. It does hit a 1-drop. A Ragavan, the Nimble Pilferer. They could cast it for a card in the yard for Flage. Decide to not cast it for 2 energy. Seer is pretty good against them once you have Chalice down, because they just can't really kill it. Alright, I take the 3-drop. Wow, that was a tough one. The energy matchup is so swingy. It's like sometimes you just stick a really good Chalice against them, sometimes you stick a really good All Is Dust, and sometimes you just like it doesn't feel like anything you do mattered. I'm gonna plus the Karn here. Card on top. I was gonna grab one of those. Guess I don't have to anymore. Matches are going pretty quick today. Kind of funny image you supported 2 archetypes that were miserable the first time around, Energy and Eldrazi. I don't really recall feeling like Energy was a miserable archetype, but maybe I have rose-colored glasses because I just love the Dynavolt Tower decks. Postboard, the 5-pack. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Thanksgiving. Got a gifted stuff from Post. Make sure to thank them. Energy and Standard was miserable. I don't know. Like that was unironically like my favorite Standard format ever. Maybe like more second favorite after RTR and Innistrad. I love Dynavolt Tower. Like I played Aetherworks Marvel at the Pro Tour. I played the mid range deck at Colorado. I really liked it, but that's okay. We could disagree, of course. Okay, so bring in the All's Dust, bring in the Trinisphere, bring in the extra Chalice, and I've just been going down to 3 Seers. Or down to 1 Seer, sorry. And a 2 with Aether Band. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't super balanced, but I had a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? Wait, not this week, not this week. To be fair, I was told it was miserable. Stayed away from standard. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Yeah, I don't know. For me, that was my second favorite standard ever. Just like the whole time energy was legal. I loved Kaladesh. Probably gonna grab that All Is Dust. Maybe it's gonna be a little hard to cast. I think it'll be okay with us having turn 1 Mind Stone, turn 2 Kozilek's Command. Unironically, really enjoyed Lucky Adventures. Yeah, I think sometimes there's just decks that really speak to you. Like all of the blue Gearhulk decks, the torrential Gearhulk decks. I just love them so much. My first ever Pro Tour, I qualified with Dynavolt Tower. It was just so beautiful. Hopefully we don't get turn 2 mooned. That would be bad. Exile Chalice of the Void. Have I tried the Titan deck? Not yet. I'm probably going to be doing it tonight. There's actually like a really good chance I play Titan in this event. I think Titan is just kind of good against everything. But I don't think I'll be playing it on stream. I greatly enjoy playing Nadu. Not sure what that says about me. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun. I think everybody has like a really broken deck that they love. So seeing that they're on Phantoms, we'll bring in the extra swamp for game 3. I don't know if we're supposed to bring in the extra swamp, just assuming, or like hedging. I don't really like how long they tanked there either. Now I think I will make a spawn instead of scrying drawing. This way, if my opponent plays Blood Moon this turn, my other Kozilek's Command isn't locked behind the Blood Moon. Most Boros decks now seem to be on Phantom. Maybe. I was going through like all the Goldfish Boros decks, and all the sideboards and all the main decks look like there's like almost 20 card difference between main deck and sideboard that there can be, which is, you know, makes things difficult. They hit in a Johnny here. So seeming like we can hopefully ramp into this All Is Dust with the K command. Or is it going to be better for me to play the Ring this turn? It's actually pretty close. I think that the K command into All Is Dust is going to end up being better, since if I Ring and then I just don't find a double land or my spawn dies, I might just be dead the following turn. Phantom is just so much better against Belcher. Yeah, I know. I mean, we Phantom Belcher twice yesterday with the green-white deck. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I think I just block and take 8. If they flip the Ajani here and I take 5 more, I'm at 3, which is like not super ideal, but may still be fine. So I can't imprint anything to the lab, but I do feel like hitting my land drop is important. The Trinisphere also seems really nice. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn, potentially. I'm going to keep all of these. We could maybe it would have been better to go Ring plus Trinisphere this turn. Get them to commit a bit more. They flip the Ajani with another Ajani, so this is going to be an extra damage. Am I dead to Bombardment? Yep, there's not really any way to beat that, though, this turn. Any consideration for the White Scepter deck? Yeah, maybe we should give it another go. Damn. Alright, game 3 on the play. Alright, we're bringing this extra swamp. I'm going to cut the Sea Gate Wreckage. Close one. Right, don't have the correct Tron pieces to keep a map hand there, I guess. No imprintable for turn 1 Chalice, but I guess we will be keeping this anyways. My opponent's on a mulligan to 6. Not a Turbo 1 Ragavan this time. The ever awkward draw expedition map turn 2, the turn after you, the turn you were planning on all is dusting. I think because I have the Mind Stone and I can go Mind Stone map, and I also may want to get Blast Zone. I think this is probably going to be okay. Land's Edge, World Enchantment, discard a card. If this card was a land card, deals 2 damage to target player planeswalker. Any player may activate this ability. It's much worse, so Seismic Assault. Pretty cool card though. So if I draw an Unprintable, I could Thought-Knot Seer and Chalice next turn. Okay. Seems like the plan. Saw Titan been printed. Yeah, I saw World Enchantment and figured. Now they don't have Giganta anymore because they have the White Orchid Phantoms, which is something here too. Ragavan into the yard. Attacks with the cat kind of predictably. Good chance I just want to get Temple actually so I can cast the Devourer. Yeah, let's go cast Mind Stone. Sack map for Temple. Pass. Second Mind Stone's kind of nice too, so that if my opponent Blood Moons me, I can still cast a Cade Command. I don't want to give them the third energy by letting them flip the Johnny this turn. I think I'm probably gonna exile Guide of Souls actually. All right. Draw the ring, play the ring. I think they thought maybe the kicker would get through the Chalice. It's kind of weird, like kicker versus replicate, right? They didn't do that end of turn. They do Graveyard of Flage. So I guess now we have our Devourer pick here. They also, unfortunately, have the third energy, so they can jump something with Guide of Souls. But we don't take any damage to the Flage, and they can't kill my Seer. Oh, but they can flip the Ajani. So they flip the Ajani, but then I can devour the Flage, and I can make them chump, and then they won't have a red permanent anymore. Thankfully, they didn't have Arena of Glory. Okay, down to 14. Draw a card. All right, there's a Chalice on 1 in play. I have to Devour this turn. Second Devour is nice, so I can clean up one of these two. Should I play second Chalice on 1? Seems okay. Actually, let's just hold up for Chalice on 2 next turn. There's not too many ways for them to kill a Chalice on 1 because it locks off Static Prison. They have to have, and like Thraben Charm doesn't hit it, so they have to have like Wear Tear, which I just don't think is too common. Kind of ended up weirdly working out better for us that they entombed Flage rather than just drew it last turn, because then they would have been able to, like, we couldn't have devoured it this turn, and then they could have played Flage and then had a red permanent for a Johnny. This casting Chalice X won't get countered by Chalice. No. If you have a Chalice on 2, it counters a Chalice X equals 1. Yeah, maybe Exercise. Somewhat, like, I saw a lot of list main decking Exercise yesterday, which was, like, pretty surprising. One good thing is I feel like my opponent has been playing pretty tight, except for the Orim's Chant cast, but it wasn't even necessarily that bad. I guess they thought it got through because they kicked, though. Okay, they put me down to 11. I do get ring ping down to 9. So Tron online next turn. Looks like I'm a little bit short of playing a Chalice on 2 this turn. But game seems to be pretty in the bag. I don't know. We'll see. Don't think I'm going to crack a Mind Stone yet. Actually, we should probably crack a Mind Stone because we have Tron next turn. Oh, never mind. Now we need to get Command online. So go down to 6. Draw off the ring. They're not dead if I All is Dust. I have 5. Can I All is Dust and then... Yeah, I can actually just go All is Dust. 5, 6. And then I can play a second ring. Can you go Mind Stone ring even? This way we're not dead to a Flage. Concession lag or normal lag? Find out next week on twitch.tv/aspiringspike. Exercises Flage, Ring, Strike, Prison, good against Belcher, Amulet. I don't know if I necessarily agree it's good against Belcher. Like Sorcery Speed Disenchants are not great against them, but it has text for sure. Yeah, I like. They're already like Belcher shouldn't be that willing to just like tap out for Belcher against the Static Prison deck already. We've had double Devourer, I'd keep that. What's on a mold of 4? I think against a mold of 4 I keep and hope like turn 1 Chalice is really good. What's the best Rin and 6 deck at the moment? I don't know if there is a good Rin and 6 deck. So my opponent's probably playing Dredge. Just cut off some of their cards here. They also with only 3 cards in their hand, they can't go land Cathartic Reunion. Because they won't have enough cards to discard. If we were on the play, this Chalice on 1 may have just won us the game, though. And they can't escape this Ox of Agonis, so we're probably cooked here. I should have maybe realized how fast they mulled before that this was Dredge. Kind of tough to say. Rin died when they stopped making X1s for 1. They didn't stop. They actually printed the only playable one in years in Ocelot Pride. There's also like Amped Raptor, sometimes the Johnny tokens. It's not like a problem with 1 toughness cards. I think it's just more like the decks that Rin and 6 usually go into archetypally are not good in the format. Like they're just slow, and because the metagame is like energy versus combo decks, like the Rin and 6 decks are just usually pretty bad against combo. Although I do think like a Rin and 6 Beseiju deck could potentially be good. We were playing Rin and 6 in our I can see it here. In our green-red Rin and 6 or 6 through the Breach deck. Maybe that's something to circle back to also. Okay, so just how to sideboard against Dredge. Sire seems really insane against them. Like, just resolving this probably wins the game. I think Thought-Knot Seer is probably pretty bad. The 4/4 body's not too bad, though. I don't think I even want the All Dust because Sire just stabilizes so hard. Emrakul is pretty slow, but it will almost always win the game when we cast it. It's also an imprintable. I played Rin and 6 Breach variants. They're fine/good. Yeah, it could be something to look into. Alright, I'm going to mulligan. Triple Power Plant. I think we're going to go to 5 here. Flute for Coliseum. I think I'm good. Crypt. I think we need to leave the Crypt for Karn. We lost in round 2 of the Legacy LCQ yesterday. Need to play some more LCQs probably. There's a Pioneer one starting at 9 AM that I didn't join. There's a standard one at 2 PM. Maybe I'll play that off stream. Why mulligan first hand? We're up against Dredge. That the hand that was bad against Dredge. Like we don't have Sire, we don't have Karn, we don't have Kozilek's command, we don't have like a ton of mana. Or sorry, we did have a ton of mana. We just didn't have things to do with it. I think I'm gonna play the Chalice this turn. They boarded in Damping Sphere, which is kind of weird, but I'm okay. I'm totally okay if they just cast Damping Sphere next turn. They mill over two other really gays, so the Chalice line ended up working out pretty okay. Good chance I just need to exile this Ox of Agonis. Oh, there's the Stinkweed Imp too. I guess I could just exile both of those and scry draw. Oh, another one. Oh, sorry. I forgot to scry draw in response to the Labyrinth trigger. Just small chance I'd want to imprint something. Okay, Command is so sick. It's very unbalanced, but it's also just so fun. Okay, so we can keep the tower, and then we have Tron with in combination with this map. We might get Colosseum, I guess. But if it's draw, then discard, not discard, then draw, so it may be okay. Oh, they do have a Cathartic Reunion. Yeah, we lost it in round 2 of the Legacy LCQ. We played the mirror match both times. I didn't play around a Vexing Bauble game 2 of the mirror match, and I probably would have won. But I just kind of didn't expect them to have it. But I think maybe that attitude was inexperience in the format. Okay. So that was not a good Cathartic Reunion for my opponent. There's like basically nothing relevant in the yard, so we can just hold up our mana here. Yeah, no, Dredge is always the worst the worst matchup to play against on stream, although it's kind of a refreshing break here to some extent. What do I think of Dandelion in episode 7? That was last week, right? I kind of feel like it was maybe the weakest episode yet, but I'm liking the show. Yeah, so let's just get Tron and then hold up a even bigger K command next turn. The occasional Dredge game is good because of novelty. If it was more popular, I'd be off of it. Yeah, I think that's fair. Should I Chalice on 2? If I Chalice on 2, then I still have K command X equals 4 up. It's probably fine. They only have one Damping Sphere left in their deck, though. The previous week? Oh, that was the best episode, probably. Arcane, I'm so close to being sold on it. Looks like Cyberpunk is not. I can't tell if I dislike it or love it. I think Arcane is the best show ever made. Just full stop. It's not gonna be for everybody. Just like, you know, not everything, not anything is for everybody, I guess. But I think it is the best show of all time. So if I K command now, maybe I could get got by another Cephalid Coliseum. There seems to still be 2 in the deck. But I guess I'm not even really getting got by it if they have no dredgers. So yeah, let's go ahead and scry draw, exile 1, 2, and I get to get rid of one more. Weirdly, like nothing relevant. Forsaken Bacon, 13 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. All right. Take a Karn. Kind of was hoping for Sire. I feel like Sire is maybe going to be the better stabilizer here. Although Karn Bridge should be pretty good. I have seen Edge Runner. Edge Runner is very good. I was a big fan of the game too. I started Arcane after recommendation, 3 episodes, and I'm hooked. Yeah, I mean the first 3 episodes are even like the weakest episodes, so it's just like great show. I think we grab Bridge. Maybe the game is like a little bit annoying to close if I grab Bridge. It's probably not a good reason to not grab it. Just play this into the Chalice. So I guess I am at 11, and Yeah, I would just get Tormod's Crypt so I don't get quad creeping chilled. Okay, game 3 on the draw. Let's go. I think we can keep this. Sire is very good. We have a turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 K command, although it may only be X equals 1, unless we draw another imprintable. They're going to mold a 5. Okay. Wouldn't have been so bad to have that in my opening hand, but I will still play this Chalice on turn 1, turn off those gazes. Maybe they'll respond with another roll the gaze here, though. Is it worth keeping for Chalice on 2? I don't think so, because like if we wait till next turn for Chalice on 2, they can still just they get to resolve their Cathartic Reunion. So like this is mostly saying they can't like flashback Otherworldly Gaze. That's the main thing this is doing. So they Thug is in the yard, but yeah, then they brick pretty hard on the future Dredgers. Poke me for 1. There's also only 2 Cathartic Reunions left in their deck. That's pretty good news. Kind of hurts to put the Sire underneath this, but K command X equals 2 is twice as much as K command X equals 1. Don't check my math. All right, scry draw it is. Could play Devourer this turn. I think I would rather just like set up for Sire if like that's all I'm doing, or just top deck a Sire and like really like they can't really beat a Sire. Just almost end of the sentence there. Pretty good. They do have another reunion. They found a wonder. Good thing Sire has reach. How many reunions do they have left? I see 2. I see 3 in the yard. Maybe we'll see the 4th in the yard right now. Seems kind of unlikely. All right, read the card next time. Read the card next time. I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know. They honestly they could have read it, just missed the reach. Okay. All right, let's get a 4-1 prediction. I will say that if we 4-1 this league and our only loss is to the mirror, that is a good sign for Eldrazi Tron. My opponent is still thinking about their mulligan decision. Just gonna keep this hand or mulligan this hand after their mulligan decision, I think. Yeah, I don't think Devour makes us keepable. I think we should mulligan. After this, we're gonna be playing the Brood Scale deck. I have another one-lander. The one-lander is also a swamp again, weirdly enough. Okay, my 5 is definitely the best hand here. Okay, so I need to keep Thought-Knot Seer, Ugin's Labyrinth, imprintable so I can turn 2 Seer. And then I think I keep K command over Karn, because this might not be Storm. I think this is what we're just doing in the blind. Okay, although the Karn would have been better against Storm anyways, so there is that to consider. I also want to scoop here to just keep playtesting. I don't know how interesting another match against Tron is. Especially if our opponent is just going to like take 2 minutes on every decision. Got a lot to get to today. I don't think I'm quite there yet. Darth Clyde, 11 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate ya. As a scam for believers. Yeah, if I scoop, it's going to be a refund, obviously. Okay, turn to Trinisphere. We'll play it out. I don't really like to reward the bad behavior, you know. And being 2 Myco Spawn sucks, though. Alright, so 1 mystery card in their hand. Temple off the top. Temple off the top would be nice. They get another temple instead of the 3rd Tron piece, which is a bit odd. Does that mean that they have another Myco Spawn? I don't even know that would be the case. Alright, let's hit our land drop. Can play a Sire next turn. Sire is really good because they just kind of can't kill it. Yes, and yeah, next on the docket, we're playing Brood Scale. I can't find it on my... There we go, Rumble Scales. So we're going to play another league of this. When we played this in the challenge, it didn't go that well, but we had a really good day on stream with it. We were like 12-3 on stream. I really do like that the Hardened Scales plan gives you a much better plan against energy compared to the Eldrazi build. So I've also been just kind of jiving with this one in general, and then hopefully we can also have time to play Aspergorios today. We should have time. We're gonna go a little bit longer today. Off topic, did I prefer Arcane Season 1 or Arcane Season 2? I think they were very close. I'm still chewing on Arcane Season 2. But very close for me. Okay, they're playing a Labyrinth. 2 minutes to play an Ugin's Labyrinth. Season 1 better. I don't know. It's going to take some time to digest for me. Could be the case. Arcane Season 1 is miles ahead of Season 2. Season 2, somehow, most characters seem to become wildly more unlikable. I think this is a fine criticism. I will say that is kind of the point, is like literally everybody fucks up in big ways. Okay, they decide to make spawns here, I guess, so they can play a breaker next turn. Yeah, I do kind of think that's the point, is that I think that's one of the big themes, is mistakes and forgiveness. Yeah, sorry for no spoilers. Sorry, I don't know if saying a theme of the show is a spoiler, but sorry about that. Just wait for my second channel. Okay, what is happening? Wait, I thought they they drew the Karn off the Thought-Knot Seer, dude. I know it's 30 seconds per game actually, but like I just hate to like reward the bad behavior. I think I'll just scoop to the Karn though. We're super dead to it. We might as well take a little bit of control into our own hands here. Let's cut the Allah's Dust, cut the Chalices. Right, get in there. But I rewatched Season 1 right before Season 2, and to me it just feels like all one continuous series. Okay, I'm going to use the restroom, and hopefully we can get through this incredibly slow Tron player. What's the Swamp for? So I'm bringing in Swamp just because basically every other card is a dead card, and so like a Swamp is a land that taps for mana. Typically, it's in the sideboard for like Besage You and like Field to Ruin matchups.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Okay, let's go. Yes, you don't want to play Waste because you can't get it off Besage You. Okay, let's keep the turn 2 Karn on the play. Hard decision.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
I'm either gonna take the tower. Oh, if I exiled the Leveler, I can get it off Karn, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I think I could just grab the tower.
I considered adding a toilet to my stream chair. That would make things a lot more efficient and marginally less hygienic. Okay. So, will our opponent scoop to the turn 2 Karn on the play? They probably should. I have a feeling that this game will last way longer than it should. But it's trying to pay costs. Yeah, they decide to cast a Talisman. Good play. All right. They scooped me casting the coating. All right, that's great. Go to game 2. Yeah, great game. That's my modern format. So we have a Karn, which is good. We don't have... We can cast on turn 3, which is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I can, in good conscience, mulligan a turn 3 Karn that has, the potential to... I mean, that's kind of the best case scenario on the draw. You're not going to turn 2 very often. Did a whole game happen during the ad? Yeah, I played turn 2 Karn, and then they scooped on turn 3. My opponent mulls a 6, then they reveal a Devourer of Destiny. think maybe they were double queuing. They seem to be playing a bit faster now. I'm not going to be a mod after this win, sadly. Well, we are on the draw against a Michael Spawn deck. I don't know if we're going to guarantee this win. They exile Michael Spawn, a ring, and a K command, so they probably need mana. They play an Eldrazi Temple turn 1. We draw a slightly above average card. I think I don't know, the whole, like, which one do you play first sub game, I'm kind of done playing it, but you know, in theory, you're supposed to play the one that you don't have multiples of first as like an extra level, because they would assume this is the one you have multiples of. Okay, my opponent keeps the card on top. They're 1 mana short of being able to kick a Michael Spawn. Mine is the first one alphabetically. That is true. Yeah, I do think of all of the original Tron lands, the bug is the best. Okay, they've played a Temple, and then looks like a Seer is a Seer, so probably goodbye to my Karn. I can't believe they ripped Karn off my Thought-Knot Seer draw game 1. Like, the fact that they made spawns and then instead of scry drawing was like with no cards in hand just seems so incorrect, and they just drew perfectly. Best Hymn to Turok art? For some reason my brain says it's the Wolves, but that can't be the case. The ones where they're like sitting around the circle is, I think, not so good either. It's kind of crazy, like back at the beginning of Magic, they would just do like a bunch of different arts. Wait, what? Why are there... They don't have all the arts on Magic Online? Yeah, I think I just make Spawn Scry Draw. Yeah, I could have sworn the other Hymn to Turok arts were available. Esther, can you come give your opinion on Hymn to Turok arts, please?
Opinion on what?
Yeah, which do you think is the best Hymn to Turok art?
What? Look at that wolf.
I see the wolf.
Is this it?
These are all of them. There's just like
Okay.
different borders.
They all have such
Yeah.
good differences.
What's crazy is these were all in the same set, and they came out with 4 different arts in the same set.
Yeah. I want them all. Can you just do one of each? You need
That
more
is
of
actually
them.
the idea, is that you can just do one of each.
Let's go. Let's do that.
Okay, well, that's not an answer though.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry. Okay, they got 3 cards in their hand. They got a Devourer that they can cast and just put a 6/6 into play. Wolf, because it's Reed's favorite, that is a pretty good reason. Alright, so we play a ring, draw a Sire, play a Sire. Now that Grief is banned, we could get him to Turok in Modern. Him is a really unfun card. A very repetitive card too. I think it's a pretty poor card to like theoretically print. Okay. They got their own ring. So our next card is another copy of Sire, and then we get to see, in theory, 3 more cards, counting the Mind Stone. Found them. I'll be there for you when you have Tron on turn 3. I'll be there for you when your opponent's playing slow. All right. You would a concede opponent? I guess you could play it out. I don't, there's no playing this out. Okay, so we 4-1 this league. Our only loss was to the Eldrazi Tron Mirror. I think I will be testing some more of this deck, but not right now. Definitely seems like still very in contention for me. You know, top 8 of the challenge with it. Like we basically have not had like a losing day with Eldrazi Tron. I think it's seems like a pretty solid choice. I'll need to test the energy matchup pretty extensively. Open a Bowmaster, kind of nice. But I also want to play this deck. Some of the 8 Brood Scale deck. Now, kind of compared to the Eldrazi.